What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Jay Devar, your favorite sneakerhead vlogging entrepreneur, man, coming at y'all with another upload this week. Alright, y'all, so basically in this week's video, I wanted to go ahead and update y'all on my Ftmo challenge that I've been taking. As most of y'all should know, if you've been trading for a little while, man, like basically capital is pretty hard to come by, especially if you don't really have the capital to get started with forex trading. But you can definitely start taking advantage of different prop firms out there. A couple ones I know of are the one I'm taking, Ftmo. You have my forex funds, and you had funding talent, but we're not gonna talk about them. That's had a whole bunch of issues with them, you know. But yeah, we're just not gonna talk about them. But other than that, man, you know, yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know about my update y'all on the progress that I've been having with my Ftmo challenge, man. Currently in the verification stage right now. So far, I've actually passed all of the requirements except for the day trading minimum day trading days. So currently still doing that right now. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a quick update, show y'all, like, and just break down some of the trades that I took this past trading week. You know, the market's closed now. It's a Saturday night. The market's closed at 5 p.m. on Friday Eastern Standard Time. So, well, at least for me, because I live in the U.S. But so yeah, man, you know, just gonna give y'all a quick breakdown of some of the trades I took and break down the metrics on my Ftmo challenge. So yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoy the upload, man. But before we get into that, I want to ask that y'all please subscribe to the channel, also like the video, and don't be afraid to leave a comment and start a conversation with me, man. Like, I love having conversations, man. So, you know, feel free to leave some feedback on the video. You know, if y'all want to recommend me, like, go do like a breakdown of my strategy, like how I trade, you know, breakdown of like the psychology behind how I trade, you know, all that good stuff like that. But alright, y'all, but that being said, we're gonna go ahead and hop into the video, man. But remember to like and also subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell, man, so y'all are notified whenever I drop another video, man. So other than that, let's get to it. Alright, y'all, so here we go. Here we are on the, hold on. Alright, my bad, y'all. Alright, anyway, here we go. Here we are on the Ftmo dashboard, metrics dashboard. As you can see, currently this account is active in the verification phase. Right now, you see October 25th to December 23rd. During the verification phase, you have 60 days to meet a 5% profit target with whatever Ftmo balance that you have, with whatever Ftmo account challenge that you took. In this case, I took the $10,000 account, and basically a 5%. A 5% profit target is basically $500 on this account. So had 60 days to do that. If we go down here and check the metrics, I actually ended up passing the challenge in literally 2 days. So after that, basically the only requirement, as you can see here, I passed everything, all the other requirements, the daily loss, max loss, and the profit target. But you see I have a profit target here of $541. The only one I need to hit is the minimum 10 trading days. So right now I have 4 more days left to go. And basically all I do, if you ever end up completing the challenge early, all you really have to do is just take mini lots, not mini, but micro mini, basically 0.01s, whatever it's called, micro mini. I just call it 0.01, 0.1, standard, 1, whatever. But yeah, basically you want to just take 0.01s and just let it do what it do. It's not like it's really, everything's just going to be in cents. It's not like it's going to be in dollars, or you're going to have like drastic losses. It's just a thing of like, you know, just risking cents, because you just want to be able to show Ftmo that you are actively trading. So right here, as you can see right here, October 3rd, no, my bad, October 26th. So I took my first trade on October 25th. That's the first day that I got the account. Actually ended up losing that trade, but on October 26th, I had entered some swing trades on the same day of the 25th, and I actually ended up closing those out of profit when I seen that I had already hit the profit target. So I actually ended up closing those trades out early, so I could go ahead and basically knock the challenge out, you know. But those trades did eventually end up riding up higher. Although they didn't really hit my TP, but like, because how I managed my positions, I would have been stopped out in profits anyway. So I wasn't really even sweating about it. So, but as you can see right here, basically in 2 days, in about 4 trades, I ended up going ahead and hitting the profit target in the account, $541. You can see the first day I lost $93. The second day I went ahead and bagged $634 in the bag. And basically, as you can see right here, this is what I was saying, you know, just taking 0.01s, you know, basically only losing or winning cents, and it's not anything drastic. It's not anything that's gonna cause me to lose my profit target as long as I'm taking point oh ones on this account size, or really any account size, really any account size to be honest. Especially like when I set the stop loss and the take profit, if it does hit take profit so low, basically like so low, basically like with one pip, it's either it hits or miss, Well, as you can see right here, my win rate is currently 50%. It would be a lot higher if I was actively actually trading to try to hit the profit target, but being that I already hit it, honestly, it doesn't really matter. And like I said, y'all don't really need a 80%, 90% accurate strategy or whatever in order to make money. This is living proof right here. Like, this is basically a 50% win rate currently. Who's to say in the next 4 days, say I win the next 4.01s I take, and then I just end up like 80 or 60, 70% accurate, whatever, At the end of the day, what matters is that you actually follow through with your strategy, you follow through with your trading rules, your trading plan, and yeah, just capitalize on that. So, and I am doing this over the weekend, and how I'm doing that over the weekend is that I'm actually trading Bitcoin or either Ethereum. I try to stay away from trading Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a bit highly volatile. Ethereum usually works out better for me, so I'm really just I'm just gonna be taking point oh ones on Ethereum, because cryptos you can trade those 24/7. Like literally, you can trade those Monday through Sunday, anytime, anywhere. The crypto trading market is 24 hours. So Ftmo allows you to trade certain cryptocurrencies, not all, but certain cryptocurrencies on their accounts. Even with the live account, they allow certain trading and the execution of trades on certain crypto instruments. But with that being said, I'm not going to dive too much in these metrics right here. I already went over all this. Right here, a couple of the trades I took. One trade I took was on Euro AUD. That was actually for a sell. And then another swing trade. This was actually a swing trade entry. And I'm going to break that down for y'all about how I broke, why I entered in it and how I entered in it. Actually, this wasn't even a swing trade. It was more like a intraday trade. This one actually ended up hitting my take profit. But this one right here, this was my swing trade. I actually had to pull out of this one a little early, especially when I saw that I was already in profit. Like I said, I went ahead and pulled it out. But yeah, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and hop up into that. I want to make sure I remember these numbers so I can give y'all my exact entry point. 57. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and break down my swing trade on GBP JPY first. Let's see. Already got it up for y'all. Actually, this wasn't even really much of a swing per se. Actually, yes, it was, because I had measured it from a different angle right here. Let me see. Because I actually had it. This is my swing trading strategy right here. I told you. Not sure if I told y'all in the first video, but this is basically called the purple zone. This is the Fib Extension Tool. So like basically the extension of the Fib tool. You can see right here, boom. Right, there's your Fibonacci right there. You got the 618, 50, and the 38.2. You got the 236. Not a lot of people use the 236. I personally do, and not a lot of people use the 786 or the 886. I typically use this for levels depending on which way. This is also how I use the fibs to manage my risk. So depending on if I see the market pull back from the previous high and the low of the next sequence of it, form a new leg. I can break all that down in a strategy video for y'all if y'all want to. But when I see the market pull back to this 50 level right here, basically when I see the market pull back to this 50 level right here, that's when I start to move my entries to break even. In this case, I didn't. In this case, I didn't really even do that, because, like I said, I went ahead and started pulling out of this anyway. But hang on. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that. But yeah, this is basically the Fib, and the Fib Extension Tool is right here. So basically, it's just an extension of the Fib that I already drew. So, and how I have it set up, for basically the 618. So this purple level that you see right here, this is a 618 level. So if I were to draw an extension of this Fib, it would be a 618 level right here. And how I can show you that is, one second, you guys. Change the settings, style. Okay, but boom, 618. You see it basically lines up with that, with this 618 zone, extension zone. And so the reason why I use the purple zone strategy, this is what I learned in I Am Mastery Academy. This is the swing trade strategy that I learned, and it's really been working for me the past few months that I've been using it. So I just basically just stuck with it and just wrote with it. I kept my notes, so I currently do actively, mark charts up and also go over my notes and stuff like that for the purple zone. But basically, with that being said, what you want to do is, this is just gonna be like a quick little overview. But what I do is I go to the high. I select the tool, then I go to the high of the market, which is right here. So the high of GBP JPY right here, and then I go down to the next low, and then I go up to the next high. However, we're not really going to count this one because this is the same. Not really going to count that one. So what we're going to do is basically where I had it at before. I had it, I want to say it was, okay, it was here. So it was here, boom. And then it was right here. Right. Boom. So I'm just going to get rid of this one for right now because I can go back and remeasure it, no problem. Basically the reason why, I got y'all. All right, boom. So here we go. Here we go. And I need to see where exactly I entered this trade at, because I want to say I entered, okay, I entered right here on the 4-hour shift. Was it a 4-hour shift? Hang on. Go back to the account metrics. Let me see my actual entry. 157. Let's see. Stop loss to be. Okay, entry price 156.727. Okay, so 156.727. Okay, yeah. That's where I actually entered. So I entered right here at the line. I just want to make sure that's where I actually entered at. Boom. All right. So right here, this blue line right here is where I entered. This blue line, I'm actually gonna get rid of this one as well. And I actually shouldn't have took this trade because the market had already pulled back to the 50% level. So at that time, a pullback was basically almost a pullback was basically possible at the 50% level. Markets tend to pull back. So normally I roll my stops to break even when the market pulls back to the 50% level. But in this case, I had ended up measuring it late, but thankfully it did work out for me in the long run, especially because I saw the aqua line. I don't know if you guys have watched my first video, but basically this line right here is a magnet, so the market tends to bounce up or bounce off of or below this line, and depending on where it bounces, that gives you a pretty strong indication that the market's going to start trending in a different direction, because it likes to push either above or push below this line. So depending on like how the candle closes, either above or below, that determines like if the market is going to keep heading in that direction. So as I saw from here, basically the market shifted right here. I don't know if you guys can, excuse me, my bad, I'm burnt. But you see right here, this cross right here. Let me see if I can, boom. You guys see that little shift right there? That cross, the yellow and the red EMAs right here, that cross. That's basically a shift, or I call that a buy shift. That's what I learned in I Am Academy for this strategy. It's called the Delorean. But basically this is a buy shift, right? And okay, I want to make sure my mic was working. But basically this right here is called a buy shift, right? So the market, when the yellow is shifting above the red, that means that price is basically going to continue in an upwards momentum. Now this isn't always the case. However, in this indication, like with it being somewhat close to the aqua, especially on the 4-hour time frame, this basically just let me know that price should continue going in the upwards direction, right? And eventually, and that actually did end up working in my favor. So, as you can see, I entered it. Actually, I'm gonna make this a different color too. I'm gonna go ahead and make it different color. Let's make it green. Yeah, let's make it green. All right, there we go. So it's 727. All right, that's my entry. Basically, that shift right there. So basically, well, right here it says I entered, but actually on the actual broker, I probably would have entered probably like right here. You know, just because of like spreads and stuff like that. So I probably would have entered like right here. But however, we're just gonna go with this as my entry, the green line right here. So, boom. And I want to say I actually took this on a lower time frame. I actually marked it on the 4 hour, just to basically marked it on the 4 hour for y'all. Yeah, I actually think I ended up taking this on the 4 hour because I remember taking the shift play. It was a shift that I took because it gave me a indication. I set a timer. Break even on GJ. Blah blah blah. These are my little alerts that I set right over here. I want to say this was a 4 hour shift. Might have been 1 hour. Even if it was a shift, I still saw this shift on the 4 hours, so I knew that price was going to continue heading in an upwards direction. So I wasn't really too much really worried about it. But I'm just gonna bring it down on the 1 hour right here. Now on the 1 hour, it actually on the lower time frame, the 1 hour, it shifted a lot earlier than it did on the 4 hour because there's more candles on the 1 hour chart. So right here on the 1 hour, these are usually my more aggressive entries. I usually like to take the 1 hour setups better because I can get a little earlier shift. However, this is also the more aggressive and the more riskier play because it has because say I entered right here, it automatically, like you see right here, it pulled back. So if I would have entered right here at this shift candle, and whenever the market comes down and hits this purple zone, the purple zone is basically this purple zone is basically a reversal zone for when the market is moving in a certain direction. In an uptrending market, I usually wait for a pullback. How the purple zone works is I have to wait for a pullback. As you can see, GJ was rallying to the upside. Like I said, this is the new all-time high for GJ at this current point in time. This isn't the all-time high, but this is the highest the market has been in a while. So it came here, pulled back, did my measurements, boom, and here we go. So it came back, went up, pulled back, did my measurements. So basically from here to here, the market would have had to come down to here, which it actually ended up doing. You know, and in no way in shape or form does this always happen. There's times where it doesn't happen. I can show y'all a quick example, but for right now, I'm going to continue with where I was before. You can see right here, whenever the market comes down and hits the purple zone, wherever the low is set before it basically shifts in the other direction, I put my stops below that low right here. So you see right here, if I would have entered right here, you see I would have been in a little bit of profit, and then the market would have pulled back on me. So I would have basically been in drawdown right then and there, which I don't mind being in drawdown. I don't sweat it. You know, drawdown is a part of trading. You can't always avoid it. And remember what I said, basically every trade you open is going to automatically start out in drawdown at first because of like commissions and spreads and stuff like that. So every trade is going to start out negative before it starts moving into the positive. Basically because of spreads and stuff like that. So we're going to get rid of that one. But I want to say I actually did end up taking this on the 4 hour because I would have took that shift play. Even if I didn't take that shift play, basically right here, what I would have saw was that the market was basically touching the aqua line right here. Move over for y'all. So we're gonna get rid of this box. But I saw that the market was playing around near the aqua line right here, right? And so remember what I told y'all earlier, whenever we see a close above or a close below, That's usually a good signal for we can enter into the market, right? So in this case, I saw that it was forming these little bearish candles right here, and that was basically telling me that, like, sellers were trying to come in. However, you see how these candles were actually, let me move this up. However, you see how these candles, they were actually wicking, right? So that let me know right there that buyers were just, not going to let the sellers take over the market. So, as you can see right here, the next candle formed was bullish, and then the next candle formed, it actually went a little bit lower to the red to the red EMA, or the 13 EMA, and then it went ahead and pushed upwards, and then it basically closed here. So right then and there, I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna be good to go, So, boom, as you can see, the market rallied up on this on the yellow EMA, or the 5 EMA or the 5 EMA, and basically, as long as the candles are closing above the yellow EMA, I can stay in the trade. That's how I do it. So as long as each candle is opening above, or stays, basically stays, doesn't close below the yellow line, I'm good to go. And as you can see right here, this is right here where I want to say, so where did I actually end up exiting the trade? Let's see, GJ. I exited at about, where did I exit? Stop loss TP 158.65 652. So 158 652 is where I 158. No, wait, excuse me. Take profit. Okay, take profit was 158, but I actually ended up closing at, okay, where did I, hang on. Stop loss 156.727. Stop loss. Price 7608. Hang on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Trying to see. I think I read the numbers wrong. 1 second. Okay, this is where I entered. I entered at 157.608. My apologies. My apologies, y'all. So 157.608, and I closed at 727. So I actually entered at 156. No, that still doesn't add up. Still doesn't add up. Y'all, I really do apologize for this little section right here. Oh man. Stop loss 727, price 727. Take profit, price 157.6. Okay, I'm reading the numbers wrong. That's what it is. My fault, y'all. My fault, y'all. I just had a moment just then. I was reading the numbers wrong. So I did enter at 156.727. I closed at 157.608. I was reading the numbers wrong. My bad, y'all. So 157. Let's see, 157.608. Hang on. So right here is where I actually ended up closing the trade, and as you can see, I ended up making $200 on that trade right there. My bad about that, y'all. I really read these numbers wrong. I really like, okay, 156, and I didn't realize that was a 7 because I saw a 6 right there. My bad, y'all. Where my glasses at? I need to put on my glasses, man. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Wow. I got to look like a nerd now, but anyway, so here we go. Where I left off was, as long as these candles are above the 5 EMA right here, the yellow EMA right here, I'm good to stay in the trade. But as soon as they start to pull back and start to close below, that's when I'm kind of cautious about my position. And then I determine, like, okay, should I close out or should I stay in? Because they can pull down to the red EMA, but they can also, because like in this example right here, they can pull down to the red EMA or the 13. However, they can also bounce off of it as well and then continue in the upward direction. But however, usually when I see this, usually when I see this, I go ahead and pull it out. Anyway, it's just that in this case, when I opened up MetaTrader, I saw that I already had hit the profit target. I just went ahead and just went ahead and close out all positions. So I really did luck out right there. That did ended up working in my favor, because as you can see, the market basically reversed and ended up hitting the stop loss if I was still in the trade. So I actually would have ended up losing out on money right here. But thankfully, it all worked out for me, in the end. Like I said, not everything can go your way when you're trading in the market. It just happens, that just is what it is. It's a game of probability. The market is either going to move in your favor or not, or move in the opposite direction. But generally, I try not to. Generally, I try to wait when I see this, because this isn't really deep enough for me for the purple zone. However, and like I said, I shouldn't have entered this trade anyway, because actually it already retraced back to the 50% level. Anyway, so I knew that a pullback was potentially going to happen at a certain point in time. So if I would have moved to break even, I basically would have been so close to entry anyway. But it's not a big deal. Besides, when it comes back, there's a potential for another opportunity for me to hop back in this trade. However, the reason why I had to remeasure it is because it actually invalidated the zone right here. Actually, let me bring this up a little bit, because no, that's the high right there. So right here, it actually broke this zone right here. Right, it invalidated this high. So basically now since this is a higher high, I have to remeasure now. So I have to take the lowest low, and then I have to measure up to the highest high. So that's why you saw on my chart where I went here. So this is the newest low right here, and this is the newest high right there. Boom. And so now I'm basically waiting for next week. I'm gonna be basically waiting for the market to actually come down and hit the purple zone again, and then that gives me another entry. So now whenever it does, I can go ahead and delete this now, since I broke it down for y'all. I was saving it so I could break it down for y'all, but now, so basically when the market comes down and hits the purple zone here, wherever it forms this new low, like let's say, hang on y'all, so let's say that, for example, it comes down to about right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's say it comes down to right here, but it actually shifts up to right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just this is just for an example. So we're gonna say the market pulled down to like right here. So I'm gonna roll my stops a little bit below the low right here, and then basically my target is gonna be either right here, this high, or I can go ahead and go to the origin point, or the highest high right here. So I can either target here or here, but either way, as you can see, this is a 1 to 4. If I target origin, it's a 1 to 4. If I target this high right here, it's basically almost still another 1 to 4 trade. 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. So that means if I risk $200, that basically means if I risk $200, I can basically make $800 on this one swing trade. If it goes ahead and hits TP. So yeah, that was my trade on GJ. But now next week I'm just gonna be waiting patiently for the market to pull back here. And like I said, y'all, it's not like I'm not saying that it's going to pull back here. Like, just because I have the purple zone here doesn't mean it's going to pull back here. You know, it could just as easily take off again and never even touch the zone. And at that point, I just, you know, at that point I don't have a trade, because this is basically a counter trend trading. This is basically a counter trend trading strategy. So you're trading against the trend. Basically, you're trading reversals. As an example right here, I can show y'all right here on UJ. You see I drew it up and it actually came close enough to the purple zone. However, it didn't reach that point. You see it went ahead, instead of touching, or instead of coming down to hit the purple zone, it actually went ahead and made its way back up. Now, right here I see that it actually didn't, right here it actually didn't, it hasn't even invalidated this high right here yet, so it could still potentially, you can see right here it's already pulling back, so it can still potentially come down and go ahead and hit the purple zone. And if it does, I'll be right there to enter into UJ, right? So just a perfect little, just a little crash course right there. But now I'm going to go ahead and break down my second trade for y'all that I took, and that was EA, Euro Aussie. And here it goes right here. See, I marked my stop loss level right here. And this trade right here, I actually ended up taking this on, I want to say the 15 minute. I want to say I took it on the 15 minute, but you can see right here, and actually I'm finna, after I do this breakdown video, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this purple zone, because you see it broke below. And if the market breaks below the purple zone, I just invalidate the trade altogether, because at this point the market just continue heading on downwards. If y'all remember my first video, if you watched my first video, these EMAs, the aqua, gray, and the blue AGB price, if price is below all three EMAs in this order, this indicates that price is moving in a downtrend, or the market is moving in a downtrend. So it's high likelihood that it's going to continue in this direction. As you can see with the TDI, if it comes down to this 30 level right here, it could potentially pull back to the aqua line as well, but it could also just continue in this downwards direction. So gotta go ahead and, I feel like I'm a good teacher. I hope I'm a good teacher. I hope y'all are learning something. You know, hope I'm showing somebody something new that they could probably learn and help them in their trading. You know, but let's see, I took this on the 15 minute. That looks more. Yep, I did. That is exactly what I did. So we're gonna move in this direction over here. Alright, so let's check it out. So sell Euro AUD, price 155.193. So 155.193. So I actually entered right here. Remember what I told y'all about the spreads and the broker, like the spreads on your broker, they might put you in a little later than what you wanted to enter, so your entries aren't always going to be perfect, but they'll always be like close enough. I'm just gonna say 189, even though it's 193, but actually I can do this. Hang on, we're gonna do this. 189.93. Boom. There we go. Alright, so basically, actually I didn't even enter. Did I enter? No, I think I entered on the 1 hour. My bad, y'all. I'm having a hard time remembering my entries. I entered this like 5 days ago. My apologies, y'all. My apologies. Alright, so we basically entered right here. It's 1 hour. Yeah, it had to be 15 minute. Had to be 15 minute. My bad, I'm forgetting my entries, y'all. I took this trade like so many days ago. I can't believe I forgot this. I had the intent of doing a breakdown video of this, and I can't believe that I forgot this. But anyway, so the reason why I ended up taking this trade is because I want to say on the 4 hour that I saw that the TDI had already basically pulled near enough to the aqua line, and I saw that basically the market went ahead and shifted downwards. And also you can see I also saw this M right here as well. This is another thing I saw. I saw this M form right here. So when I saw that the market didn't even come close to the aqua, but I saw that it formed this high, this basically this higher high right here. Then I seen it shifting downwards. I was like, okay, this is going to continue in this downwards direction. And as you can see, the TDI, also the TDI crossing right here. My bad, y'all. Hang on. So the TDI, I saw that the TDI also crossed below this yellow line right here in the Bollinger Bands. And when that happens, that basically lets you know that yeah, the market is about to start dropping off, so you're good to enter for a sell. So that was another confirmation right there. So I went ahead and entered right here, and as you guys can see, it actually ended up working in my favor. We come down to the 15-minute, and I actually did take this on the 15-minute. I actually came a little late to it. But like y'all can see, I had saw the M forming on that higher time frame. I was like, okay, boom, it's coming down, and we come to the hour. Hang on, give me 1 second, y'all. We come down to this hourly time frame. Boom. And it just dropped off from there, y'all. Like y'all can see it right then and there. When I entered, this candle was basically like right here when I entered, and then it closed below. It went down, closed above the yellow. Hang on, let me get rid of this. Closed above the yellow, came to the red. This right here is actually a Delorean in itself. Close enough to a Delorean pattern. For it to really be a Delorean pattern, the candles would have had to close actually like right here. However, like this is close enough, you know. So this is basically a Delorean pattern. You can enter right here. Boom. Stops go up to the aqua target. My target was really always the low right here, at least to a 1 to 2. You know, so I was targeting a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. I always do that. And yeah, you know, if I would have took this trade, this also would have worked out for me if I would have actually entered down here instead of up here. But this is where I actually did end up entering right here. So gotta see, it came down, pulled back a little bit, and then finally came down and hit take profit. All right, finally came down and hit take profit. Pulled back, finally came, hit take profit. All right, so yeah guys, those were my 2 trades that I took right there. And actually I'm gonna go ahead and delete this because this is invalidated now. So now next week I'm only going to look to sell Euro Aussie upon market open next week. I actually might need to wait because the TDI is basically below that 30 level, and it's, you know, starting to reject hard and come up back above it. So we could potentially see it coming up to the aqua line right here, but it could also just continue downwards. But however we look at it from a 4-hour perspective, you know, it's heading downwards to that 30. Whenever it pulls back down to that 30 or the 70 right here, I have it marked. When it pulls down to the 30, you can basically expect a reversal back towards this aqua line right here. Remember the magnet? I call this one the magnet. The market likes to pull back towards this line right here. So say it comes to the 30, rejects off of it. It can, like, we don't know when it's gonna reject from this level. It can stay here for like a couple candles and then decide that it wants to move in a different direction. So I just pay attention to like how the basically the RSI on the TDI behaves, because the RSI is the one indicator that doesn't lie about price. So yeah y'all, but other than that, man, those are my trades that I took. And yeah, that brings this video to an end. Like I said, y'all, if y'all enjoyed the video, if y'all found anything educational and anything inspirational in the video, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell whenever y'all are, so y'all can be notified about when I, so y'all can be notified whenever I drop a new video. But and also don't be afraid to leave a comment in the comment section. You guys feel free to leave me some feedback. I'm open to feedback. You know, let me know things I can become better at. You know, my feelings won't be hurt. I mean, I'm just starting this, so I can only do better from here. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace out.